Hey guys, so I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Here in Kentucky, we have a little snow and we're having a lot more supposedly coming in the next couple of days. Um, so I'm home from work today. I thought I would take advantage of doing things that I don't normally get done. So I shaped my eyebrows, which have been needing that for a while, and I finished a book that I've been trying to read for a while, and I was able to start Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which I started reading the Harry Potter books a year or two ago, and I just ran into a roadblock, and a friend of mine had it, so he loaned it to me, and I've had it for like a month, and I haven't started it yet. So anyway, so I thought that, over the past few months while I'm not filming, I have been focusing a little more on one look at a time, one thing at a time, just because it's easier when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you want to wear makeup, you kind of have to kind of stick to the same basic stuff. You don't have time for things to go wrong that early in the morning, so it has to be very simple, straightforward, and that's the way it is. So I have been liking some products, and I thought that I would share those with you. And so, yeah, let's get started because there's a lot of them here. So, first things first, I'm going to start with a little bit of skincare. The eye cream that I have been using for the past months, I'm not exactly sure how long, is this sample. Now, the full size comes in like one of those airless pumps. It's like $12. And if you had asked me before I started this, I'd be like, $12? That's a lot. Because I don't tend to spend a ton of money on eye creams because they don't tend to work. This did. I used to have little crinkles and my eyes were way puffier than they are. And this really helps when I use it on a regular basis. Like I said, this is a sample. This sample was sent to me by Leticia, or Exo Love Letty, here on YouTube. And so it is the Davita Revitalizing Eye Lift Cream. And can you see? I'm almost done. But I have been very much enjoying it. And so if you are needing your eyes to feel lifted, if you have little fine lines that you would like to work on, I definitely recommend this to check into. And being that it's all natural, that's always a plus. My goal for at least my skincare is always natural. Everything else is sometimes a little bit fluctuating, but with my skincare, I do like it to be natural most of the time. Every now and then I will come across something and I'll try it and then kind of evaluate. And I usually go back to my natural. Is the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer. And I didn't realize this to the other day, but it actually has a shade name. It is 850 Partners in Prime, and it's just one of those lotiony primers. I've never really used a lotiony primer before. I'm always one of those people that, I have dry skin, so I have texture, so I always have a kind of a silicone kind of thing. But this is really nice, and it's clear, so, the only reason I can think that they have shades is maybe are there green and yellow and all that stuff to kind of correct things. It's the only thing I can think of. But I like this. The only thing that I don't like about it, because as far as I can tell, it is vegan, which is something that I look for, and you may be that way as well. But the only thing that I really, 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 really don't like about it is the smell. There is a slight perfumey scent, and I don't really care for that. But that being the only thing, and it's what, $3 or $4, I think I'll get over it. So that's a good primer to try. Next thing is this sample is kind of demolished, but this is a sample of the All Natural Face Vegan Powder Foundation in Almond Goddess. And this is another thing that Leticia sent me in the same little goodie package. And I used this the other day with the Real Techniques buffing brush, and no primer, no anything. And with my dry skin and a powder foundation, that's usually a bad thing. But it did well, and it didn't collect in places. Just imagine how great it will be with primer. And this is a pretty decent shade match. I am a neutral. I do plan on looking up the next shade up in the neutral family and trying that as well. But when I finish up the Physicians Formula Organic Wear CC Cream, I am planning on purchasing from the All Natural Face for some foundation. So I'm probably going to get the pressed powder foundation in this shade, and then the cream foundation to go with it as well. So that's a really good one. Another thing that I have been loving is this lip balm. This is the Bonnie Bell Lip Smackers. This is Strawberry Macaroon. I got this one day. I was out running errands and I had completely walked off and left my lip balm, which is not something I normally do. And so I was by a Big Lots. So I pulled in and went over to Big Lots looking for crates because I was going to make some little makeshift shelves for my box sets for my, TV seasons. And I walked over to the makeup section because I always do. And I saw this set. Some of them are awful and excuse me, but this was a really good one. And so I've been using it ever since. It's been months. And I think it smells really nice. These are surprisingly hydrating. Not all of them are. I have had some that have glitters and stuff in them, like princessy ones. I don't like those as much. But this one is nice. So it's nice to just put on when, just throw in your purse and keep it. So in the world of nail polish, this is what I'm wearing on my nails today. This is the Milani Color Statement Nail Polish in the color Sugar Plum. I've had this for months and months, and I don't have time a lot of times to redo my nails, and I'm one of those girls from the old school. I was in nail tech school a million years ago, and you're in our minds, in my mind, you're supposed to redo your nails and your toes once a week, or at least redo your nails once a week and your toes every 2 to 3 weeks, that kind of thing, depending on how beat up they get. But this is really good. Now, I've ran across this at Walmart. My Walmart in the past few months started carrying Milani, which it didn't before. And this was a recommendation, not necessarily this shade, but the Color Statement nail polishes was a suggestion on a video from Leticia. So I definitely checked this out. This was a deal. If I recall correctly, I found them for 99 cents, and they're normally, I think, like $4. So I grabbed this one and maybe one other one, and I haven't tried that one yet. But this is the one I've been wearing lately, and I'm really liking it. So, okay. If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know that one of the banes of my existence when it comes to makeup is my under eyes. I have very, maybe they're just deep set or something, but I have very prominent, they're difficult, they're stubborn to cover under eye circles. And so it takes kind of a process, but here's my current process. Now this has been my favorite corrector for a very long time. I honestly, I look at other correctors and I'm like, why mess with it? But this is the Pixie Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. So I just take a little bit of that and blend that down. And then what I do is I take these two. These are e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealers. One is brightening, one is in light. And I kind of dot them kind of in alternating dots. And I either take a concealer brush or my beauty blender and just blend it on in. When it comes to concealer brushes, what my love has been the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush as of late. I have a Silk Naturals Beauty Blender Sponge. But either one of those works wonderfully for me just to get that blended out, but not blended too much. And then I set it with the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. Now this is kind of my favorite drugstore under eye setting powder. If I had to pick my favorite, it would be the Silk Naturals Sleep in a Jar in Light Peach. That gives me a little bit of coverage, where this is just a translucent brightening setting powder. But yeah, so that's what I've been loving there. Another thing, perfume. I ran out of my Tuscan Blood Orange. I had it in a rollerball from Pacifica. So I got one of those sets that have the lip balm and the body butter and all that stuff. And so this is Hawaiian Ruby Guava. This is amazing. It smells like vacation. I don't even know how to describe it other than it's amazing, and it's just wonderful and sweet, but not too sweet, with a little bit of fruity. I definitely recommend that you check this out if you like fruity, or sometimes I feel like it smells like candy. So check that out. Another thing, now I'm going to post a picture right about now of me wearing Breesia Woogity 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 over this next product. So let me show you that now. So I was putting on, I was just playing around one day, and I had this, the Breesia adhesive eye wax. And I didn't know what to do with it. I've heard different things, and so I was playing with it one day. And I had put my primer down, which is lately the Fergie eyeshadow primer. And I went to put down Wiggity 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 on my lid, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that's kind of like an inner corner color because it was kind of a sheer color, and it just wasn't bringing it out. And I was like, ooh, let me try this. So I put a little light layer of that down on my eyelid, and then I patted it down, and it came to life, as you saw. So I like this. I'm sure this would be a great glitter glue if you have shades that maybe aren't as pigmented as you would like, or maybe they have interesting duochromes and you want them to show. This is definitely something to check out. So this is the Breesia Adhesive Eye Wax. I've also heard that it's good as a primer. So if you have oily eyelids, I have that, but I haven't tried it yet. So if you have oily eyelids, that's also something to try, and I will get back to you on that. I'm a Buffy freak. You guys, of course, know that by now. And Notoriously Morbid has a line. There's like 5 of them now, 5 sets of the Slay Me collection, and it's wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the color Gypsy Curse, and it is just the perfect crease color. It goes with everything. It just goes where I want it to. This is the color that I had to literally force myself not to use it. Because I've been using it so much, but it's so easy just to put like just easy eye, you know, like a nude or something on the crease, this, or on the lid, this in the crease, and this is amazing. So I definitely recommend that you check out Notoriously Morbid, but specifically Gypsy Curse is my absolute favorite right now. I don't know what else to say about it, but it's awesome, and go check them out. Something you guys have heard me talk about a lot. This is my favorite eyeshadow cream shadow base of life. This is Breesia Sugar Cream Shadow, and it's just a neutral color. It's kind of one of those, it's kind of like your skin tone color. It's just amazing. For people that use MAC, I equate this to be my soft ochre paint pot, or Painterly, or whatever the popular one was. Like, honestly, if somebody told me you can only have one cream shadow for the rest of your life, this would be the one that I would use. I love Brianna's stuff. She's got amazing products, and you definitely need to go check her out. And one final thing. This is a favorite, but I'm looking for a different one. This is my very favorite crease brush. This is from the e.l.f. Dollar line. Now, for those of you who don't know, the e.l.f. Dollar line is made of animal hair, and I don't like having that. I'll keep it and I'll use it until it falls to pieces, but I would like to find something similar to this. In fact, I would like to find something exactly like this, because this fits my eye shape perfectly. So if you know of a synthetic, cruelty-free brand of brushes, or a synthetic brand of brushes from a 100% cruelty-free company, please put that down in the comments so that I can check that out. And I'll be happy to check into that. But yeah, so that is everything, and I hope that you've enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments what are your favorites as of late, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.